Ladies and gentlemen, back for the third time since we've started this podcast. We're 7 years deep. Give it up for our boy Trackstar from Run the Jewels in the building.
Hey, thanks for having me,
Gabe.
bro.
Hey, thank you for being here.
For sure.
As we were talking about on the pre-show, when we first had you on the show, your little girl was just born. So that makes her, what, 5, 6?
6.5. Yeah.
Six and a
Yeah.
half, six
Yep.
and a half. So
Yep.
I don't want to butcher her name. What's her name again?
Amina.
Amina. All right, perfect. Because
Amina.
I would
Yep.
have, I
Yep.
was going to say Amelia, so I didn't want to mess it
That's
up. So
okay.
how
No
is life,
worries.
with Amina and the fam?
Oh, it's fantastic, man. I mean, she's the best. She's super fun, great temperament, very funny. Uh, and 6 is a really fun age.
Yeah.
So it's better every day. And my wife's doing great. I'm doing great, enjoying some time at home before tour. Um, they'll come out and meet me on the road a little bit. Obviously, I miss them when I'm gone, so it'll be nice to have them come out and meet up
Yeah.
and watch some Wu-Tang concerts.
Of course, of course. Now, for Amina, have you gotten her first DJ setup yet?
She's had a couple little things. I mean, she had like a little Fisher Price record player thing, and
Okay.
then I've gotten her a couple little like things. She hasn't taken to him too much, but she likes playing on mine, and she really likes using the microphone and the echo. The echo is her thing.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice. I remember seeing you guys on a tour a couple years ago at Rage Against the Machine, and you brought
Hmm.
her and your wife out for an encore. 5 shows in a row at Madison Square Garden, which is crazy, all sold
Yeah.
out. You know what I mean? Just kind of tell me about that and opening for Rage, and of course having your wife and little girl there, being able to experience all that because we all know like Madison Square Garden, that's a mecca. That's like where
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
is like, we need to perform there one day. So yeah, I'd love to hear a little bit more just about that tour and those last 5 shows in particular.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that was insane. I mean, the first concert I ever went to was Tinley Park, Illinois, 1997, Wu-Tang Clan and Rage Against the Machine.
Wow.
So, I mean, we did the Rage thing 2 years ago. That was nuts. I've
Yeah.
I've become friends with Zach. It's the craziest thing that I could have ever imagined,
Yeah.
besides the rest of everything I've gotten to do. And yeah, it was amazing. I mean, MSG, we'd done it once before with Jack White like a long time ago.
Mhm.
But doing it 5 times with Rage was special. Yeah, it was just like unreal. It was really weird by the end of the week to be like, oh, I'm used to being at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
It's
Right.
going to be weird to not go to Madison Square Garden tomorrow.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so it was amazing, and I mean, having Amina on stage is the coolest. I mean, her first 2 times on stage were at Coachella and Madison Square Garden, so her career is off to a blistering start.
Love that. And of course, you can definitely, once she graduates high school or whatnot, those pictures, I'm sure, will be up
Yeah, yeah,
there. And
yeah,
it's going to be hard for other kids to compete with that,
yeah, 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 for
for
sure.
sure.
Right,
And
right, right now they don't. Right now they don't care.
right, right. And it's just like, yeah, my
They're like,
dad does
okay,
this stuff. It's cool.
yeah,
Obviously, we just covered your tour with Rage. We went to it in Madison Square Garden. It was absolutely amazing. It was my wife's first trip to New York, and I was like, you know what? For your first trip to New York, we need to go see Rage Against the Machine with Run the
yeah, yeah.
Jewels. It was great. So before we get into the Wu Tang stuff, there has
Hmm.
been a couple rumblings online, and I know you may not be able to talk about it. And if you can, great. If not, I get it. But there's been some rumors about a potential collab album between Big Boy from Outkast and Killer Mike. Is there anything you can
I,
speak to on that, or
I read the same article. That's all I
okay,
got. I don't.
okay,
Yeah,
all
I
right,
haven't. I haven't spoken to Mike about it. Even when I read the article, I was like, I can't tell. Like the quotes don't really lead me to that conclusion
right,
necessarily. So I don't know. I haven't, but I haven't talked. I honestly haven't talked to Mike about it, so I
okay,
have no idea. I mean, they're always hanging out. They're always in the
yeah,
studio together. So I mean, any music either of them makes, generally the other one has kind of had some input or given his thoughts a lot of the time. So
mhm,
you know, it's always their collaboration is on a spectrum.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
somewhere on the spectrum, you know.
yeah. Of course, of course. I
That
mean,
might be
we
Killer
would
Mike
all
and
love
Big
to see
Boy are on the spectrum. Yes.
it. So, kind of on the same note, do you have any updates on when we may get our TJ5?
I don't. I would love to read that article as well.
Okay. I haven't seen any articles. I'm just
No,
asking.
I
You
know.
know, you're on the show.
No, no,
Figured
yeah,
I'd go
yeah.
right to the source. So,
I promise you, no one's more excited about it than I am. Whenever it may come, but no, there's no. I've got nothing to say about that.
all right, all right. No worries, no
Sorry.
worries. Oh no, all good, all good. So, when the last time I saw you, you were on the Michael tour with Killer
Hmm.
Mike, and that's how you got started. And
Yep.
I
Yep.
tell everybody your story, and I'm like, especially my daughter, I'm like, this is why you always just reach out. And at the end of
Hmm.
the day, the worst thing that can happen is they say no. But when they say
Yep.
yes, good things can happen, which is your story, especially beating Killer Mike. And he was the officiant at your wedding.
Yep.
So
Yep.
here we are. So,
Crazy.
how was that? Because I believe that was your first time touring with just him in a long time for the Michael album.
Since Run the Jewels started, really. I mean, we hadn't done a Killer Mike tour since Run the Jewels started. There was like a couple shows here and there. Um, but it was funny during this process, I realized that technically my job is DJing for Killer Mike, and I've been moonlighting with Run the Jewels
Right,
for 12 years,
right.
uh, which I just hadn't fully realized. But yeah, no, it was amazing. I mean, it was cool. It was such a change of pace with the choir, and a very different vibe on Michael, but still amazing, still music that I adore, that I get to perform with Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, no, it was awesome. It was another amazing chapter of this thing that somehow I've gotten to do for all this time.
And I mean, literally, you are the dream. You're just such a humble dude, and literally just went out there and went after it. Such a wonderful story. Now, I do want to hear about after winning 3 Grammys on Michael. And last I heard, so just a couple things here. And please feel free to verify for me because this is just kind of rumblings on the
Hmm.
internet. First and foremost, like I heard that he funded that whole album himself. And secondly, how was it just that night or the day after him, going for the clean sweep on 3 Grammy
Yeah, yeah.
awards for that album?
Well, I believe that's accurate, that he paid for everything, and then got a record situate, or record label situation
Hmm.
going after that. Um, can't speak to the exact timeline. I wasn't closely involved, and I don't quite remember exactly, but
Hmm.
that sounds accurate to me.
Hmm.
Um, and the Grammy thing was crazy. I don't remember if I've told this story on an interview or not. I've just told it a lot. But the day that happened, so I wasn't in LA. And so I wake up that day, and the Grammys are at night, right? So I'm thinking, okay, tonight I'm gonna watch Killer Mike hopefully win 3 Grammys.
Right,
In the afternoon, there was Disney on Ice. So I took Amina to Disney on Ice,
right.
Amina and Camille, and we all went, and I ate some mushrooms because I was going to Disney on Ice. And so we're sitting there, Disney on Ice is happening. It's all kind of coming together for me. Amina's sitting on my lap, Elsa's singing or whatever,
Uh huh.
and my watch vibrates, and I look at it, and it's House Shoes, DJ House Shoes, and he says Mike won album of the year, and I'm like, oh no, man, it's mid afternoon. That can't be happening yet. That's tonight. I planned my day around that happening
Right.
later, not now specifically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
Right.
I can't really handle that. I'm like, wait, what does that even? Hold on. So that I go and go on Twitter, whatever, and I'm like, baby, he won all three. Like, I can't process this right now. Like,
Yeah.
did my life just change? Like, I'm trying to be in the moment with Amina and watching. I'm just like, and then I'm
Yeah.
watching the video of him jumping around on stage. I'm just like, what am I? It was so intense, and I'm on mushrooms, and it was just outrageous. And we get home, and, and I'm like, baby, I need to go for a walk. I need to clear my head.
Yeah.
This is nuts. So I go for a walk, and while I'm out, I get a call from a guy who works at crypto now,
Hmm.
who used to work with us, and he's like, I'm thinking he's just calling to talk about the Grammy win, and he's just like,
Sure.
"Yo, man, I just saw Mike in handcuffs," and I'm like, "Oh, bro, I can't deal with that right now." I was like,
Right, right.
I was already having a tough time with what was already there.
Yeah.
I don't know how to possibly. I just spent the next hour like refreshing Twitter and just like sitting in a park on some swings. Like, I don't know what's up. Uh, but it was very cool. We're so, so proud of him, obviously, so happy for him. Just like, what a cool thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a cool thing for him to do, 21 years after the first Grammy or whatever. And,
Right.
and to win all three and to win all three as a, you know, independent artist
Yeah.
and on his terms and making his album with no radio hit
Right.
or
Right.
it's just beautiful, and it's like
Yeah.
it's so crazy because the first conversation I had with him, my whole thing with making the mixtape was more people need to hear what you have to say,
Yeah.
like the message, like this, everything you're putting out there is stuff that needs to be out there wider.
Yeah.
And it's just so cool how thoroughly that's happening.
Man, great,
Yeah.
great story. So, let's get to it. You guys are opening up for Wu-Tang on their final tour all together. When did you get the news? How did you react? How pumped
Oh
are
man,
you? Let's go.
I had the news so long ago, and waiting for it to be announced was excruciating.
Now,
Uh,
real quick, did you get this news before you guys performed together at Red Rocks?
no, 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 no. God, no,
Okay.
no, no,
Okay.
no.
Because that was the first
Sometime,
time you guys opened up for
yeah,
Wu
yeah.
Tang, right? Yeah.
Well, no, we did a show with them in Salt Lake City in 2015.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But there was only six of them there. I can tell you exactly which six because like I had
Oh,
them all sign my copy,
man.
which I
Love
will
it.
certainly be bringing on the road and
You got to
finishing
get
that
all nine.
collection.
Got to get
Yeah.
all nine.
Um, but yeah, so I mean that was amazing. Even just that one time.
Hmm.
And Mike and I toured with Jizza early on.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
2012, 13,
Okay.
2012, 2012. And I actually ended up DJing for Jizza on that tour as well. Um,
Wow.
which was, yeah, that was amazing. That was a fun story too. Mike, we did a show in Toronto that summer, and the guy who was uh, handling Jizza was at the show. And after the show, he pulls me aside. He's like, "Hey, man, I want to talk to you about the Jizza tour." And I'm like, "Shit, there's like not going to be room on the bus, and they're going to have Jizza, because I was still relatively new with Mike.
Sure.
I mean, we're like a year in or something, but
Sure.
obviously Jizza's the main act. He's got
Yeah.
the pull, and he's gonna bring his DJ, and they don't have room for a second DJ, and he's about to tell me I'm not going on this tour, and like obviously Wu Tang is important to me, so I was pretty excited about the
Yeah.
Jizza tour.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey man, so Jizza doesn't want to bring a DJ. He wanted to know if you would DJ for him." He's like, "I mean, he'll pay you." I was like, "Oh, dude, you didn't have to add that last part."
Right. Would have done it for
Joke's on
free.
you. uh, so yeah, that was an amazing experience. Rolling with Jizza, and then yeah, we did that show in 2015, and then the Red Rocks one was epic. That was like unreal. One of the coolest shows we've ever done. Massive crowd. They were super live for us, and then of course Wu Tang.
Hmm.
And they were, yeah, it was great. Um, and I saw an interview where RZA said that like our performance that day and the crowd's reaction to it was kind of what like solidified us going on this tour, which was crazy. When I saw that, I immediately texted Mike and I was like, "You guys, we basically like tried out for Wu Tang
Right.
and like got accepted. Like pretty wild." Um, I mean, they're my favorite thing. They're my favorite cultural thing, probably.
Best,
Like
best
it's
group of all
I
time.
couldn't ask for anything cooler.
Man. And again, like
Yeah.
there's living the dream Trackstar, you're literally living the dream. And like I said, I couldn't be
I,
happier for somebody because you
I
are a
appreciate
true
it,
hip
man.
hop fan. You have obviously the brand rap fan. Then you
Yeah.
got, it's on Sirius, right? Or,
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Yep. Shade 45.
yep,
Yep.
Shade 45, the smoking section. It's just great seeing people like you come up. You know what I mean? Like you weren't born
Thank you,
into it.
man.
You didn't just get the role because you knew somebody and knew somebody. Like you literally grinded your way. You answered the
Yeah.
call, and here you are. You know what I mean? I'm
I
not saying here
appreciate it,
you are.
man.
You made it. You're on Zero Dark Nerdy. You've made it way
Yeah.
before us, and we definitely appreciate you coming out. Um, so just
I'm
a
very
couple
happy to be here,
questions.
though.
Oh, and like I said, we love having you
Hmm.
on, man. It's been a fun 7 years, and then it's great seeing you come up. And obviously, I follow your social, seeing your daughter come up. Like I said, when you were first on, I'm pretty sure she was only like 3 or 4 months old. So it's just
Yeah.
crazy.
What? Yeah. When was that?
I think,
Was
I
that when
think,
was I still in San Diego?
I think so. The first interview, I
Okay.
believe you were still in San Diego, and then
Okay.
the second
Yeah.
interview, you had just moved back to St. Louis.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, but you were still on the West Coast, and I think at that time too, we were talking about, well, not that wasn't the first episode. I think the first episode we may have brought up you meeting Rick Rubin for the first time, and then the second
Oh.
episode was you getting to meet DJ Premier.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So which is great. So speaking of which,
Yeah. I've got my DJ Premier signed record right up there.
oh gosh, I don't blame you.
It's
Like,
it's the one we used on Kimmel. It's
nice.
the one we when we did Ooh La La. I had him sign the actual record that we were scratching up there.
Oh gosh, that's so great. Like anytime I talk to someone and they're like, and these are people that didn't come up like we did and appreciate good hip hop. That's like, hip
Hmm.
hop's dead right now. I'm like, put it on Run the Jewels and
Yeah.
tell me hip hop is dead. You know what I mean? So I just love the hell out of you guys. One thing that you posted recently, and I'm super excited about, we both came up on Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I remember
Hmm.
literally, and this at this point in my life, I was working at Blockbuster Music. So to me, I had my dream job. I'm like, I'm working at a
Yeah.
record
Yeah.
store, and we also had video games. I got Tony Hawk, and it was one of the only times in my life where I would go on lunch break to go home to play the video game and then come back to work. So you guys are coming out with, I think it's Yankee and the Brave. Is that
Yeah.
the game
Yeah.
that's going to be
Yeah.
on there?
Yeah.
So how was it when you heard that news, and how excited are for you? Because I remember your post. You were like, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is like my childhood.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so the last system I owned was a Dreamcast. So
Okay.
I'm no longer a heavy gamer.
Okay.
Although Amina and I have been playing the SNES Classic a bunch, a lot of Kirby's Dream Course.
Nice.
Recently, she's really into Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So we've been playing that a bunch. She's enamored with Chun-Li. Uh, but on the Dreamcast, like my main games were NFL Blitz and then Tony Hawk.
Mhm.
Two specifically. I just played it
Yeah.
a billion times. It was just the most fun ever. And it's funny. I've got a controller in the game. I need a Dreamcast. I just haven't bought a Dreamcast because I do want to. Even though I don't play video games, I'd play Tony Hawk if it was if it was plugged up right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, so the way I learned about that was actually so tying it all together on the Jizza tour. The opening act was Sweet Valley, which was the beat making side project of Nathan Williams, who's the guitarist and singer for Waves.
Hmm. Hmm.
And and then Nathan also played guitar on Jizza's set. So it'd be me DJing, Nate on guitar, and then Jizza rapping. So that was the
Nice.
first time I ever met him. But we became friends on that tour.
Yeah.
And Waves has a song on Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and that's how I learned of it. Is Nate posted it on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, cool. Nate's got a song on Tony Hawk Pro. Oh, we've got a song on Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Amazing. Uh, and I saw Run the Jewels, and I'm just like, oh, what song? Oh, sweet. It's a song I got scratches on. I'm gonna be on Tony Hawk. That's so
Uh,
cool.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited for this
Yeah.
franchise to get revamped. I was a big fan of a lot of, especially the EA Sports Big. I loved NBA Street, SSX Tricky, a lot of those games. But Tony Hawk,
Yeah.
when you
I hope
posted that, I was like, oh, here we go.
I, I hope they put the new one out on Dreamcast. You know, I want to I want to play it on Dreamcast.
Might have to backtrack that one a little bit, but we'll see what we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
do. That's for sure. Because
yeah,
I would still love to have a PlayStation 2, and I do know that there's people that can mod the actual consoles to have
yeah,
like 1,000 games in them.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So once it comes
Yeah, I just
out,
need to pull the trigger on that, and
there you go. That was
get
actually
one of those.
one of the systems I did not own. I was always late to the game. My parents, God bless them, always did what they could, but I always got my gaming system like 3 or 4 years after. I'm talking
Yeah, yeah.
Nintendo. I don't even think I had a Super Nintendo. I think I went from Nintendo to Genesis and then PlayStation 2, which was like my 21st birthday gift.
Okay,
And then after that, the only reason I even got an Xbox 360 at the time was because of Call of Duty,
okay.
which I super enjoyed. But yeah, after that, it's been very, very minimal. I think I went from the Xbox One, and then now I have a PlayStation 5, which really is here for my daughter. I just watch her play the hell out of it. Every now and again, I'll join her, and then we'll go
Nice.
from there. So, being a Wu-Tang fan, I got to ask you,
Yeah.
what are your favorite, like three favorite Wu-Tang side projects or solo projects?
Okay.
And let's just start there. Let's just start with that.
Three favorite. Um. So the first thing I'm gonna say Tikal first, just because I feel like it's the least heralded of the first five solos,
Mm-hmm.
but I like it just as much as all the other ones. So I'm
Yep.
giving that one a spot automatically because it never ends up in everyone's top threes. And I'm not saying, I mean, I think they're all just as amazing as
Yeah.
I can't. It's hard to even
No,
rank
there's
them,
no wrong
but
answers here.
I'm gonna definitely give Tikal number one. Uh, I was just listening to Return to the 36 a bunch. I just did a podcast with the Questions Hip Hop guys about 1995. So we were in that zone because it was the Dirty, Raekwon, and
Yeah.
Jissa.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I love Iron Man too, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that one also gets kind of unfairly left out. So I'm gonna say Tikal and Iron Man,
Okay. Okay.
and then I'll say Liquid Swords. We'll do Liquid. Actually, just to keep it different, I'm gonna go right there
Uh-huh.
and say Gravediggers.
Oh.
That's the one. I went to a Wu-Tang dinner here in St. Louis
Uh-huh.
like a month ago. It was one of those themed dinners
Yeah.
where it's like the theme is just song name puns for the dishes,
Okay.
essentially.
We need something
Um,
like that here.
yeah, yeah. It was all right. It the email blast definitely went out to the restaurant foodie
Mm,
list first. No one in that room even knew who the Wu Tang
no
Clan was. It was
idea.
really
No idea.
being me. It was really irritating. The food was really good.
Yeah.
Some of the chefs are friends of mine. It was an awesome event. I'm glad
Yeah.
everyone did it, but it was really irritating watching people not have any idea and just be there for the food. Um, but I wore my Gravediggers shirt there. I sat there like, okay, which of my Wu Tang shirts am I going to wear to this place with all the Wu Tang fans surrounding me? What's going to be the
Right.
right?
What's going to be the attention getter?
Literally nobody said a word about my shirt the entire. My homie the DJ who hooked us up, Moff. He's the only person who mentioned my shirt. I'm pretty sure. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure
and
no one knew what it
was
meant
the
at
shirt the
all.
cover or was it
It wasn't
like
the
a
cover. It
variation?
said it was like a variation. It said Grave Diggers. It actually had the track list on the
Okay.
shirt.
Okay.
It's really dope. My wife got it for me. But yeah, I was like, oh, I could have worn literally any T-shirt. It would have been no different. The
Ah,
guy who sat down next to me was literally like, I've never even heard of this band. I was like, oh, dude, I want to choke you, bro.
oh, goodness. Now I would definitely want to do one in Greensboro and invite you and your people
Yeah,
out here because it's going to be hip hop first, and I still want the food to be good,
yeah, yeah.
but the food will be second. So
Well, we did.
that
I did one in Seattle with my homie Sid. Run
uh
the Jewels one last year.
okay,
Last year, maybe the year before. It was like maybe last January. And that was dope. And the crowd was definitely more Run the Jewels themed
yeah,
for
yeah.
that
Well,
one.
if you ever want to do one in
But they're dope,
Greensboro,
and yeah,
I'm one of many, many, many fans here. We would love to have y'all.
yeah.
So I'm really glad. I mean, that's a solid top three. You know, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I'm not one of these
It,
guys that's like, well, no, you know, I'm not going to
so
sit here and
there's
argue.
certainly no wrong answers there. Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, it's tough. Like you said, 95, especially Liquid Swords. And I
Yeah.
got to ask with the guitar player, when you were on that tour, did you do the entire intro to Liquid Swords and then he did the guitar part, like the ting, 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 ting?
No, so we didn't have any like specially made versions or
Okay.
anything. It was
Okay.
literally just the instrumentals.
Gotcha.
Um,
I was
yeah,
just
so he
wondering
was
because
just
once you
kind of
say
like, yeah,
guitar player, I was like,
that would have been super dope. He rocks with the band now. I'm actually probably gonna see him before the tour. He's
okay.
doing a show at Chappelle's spot in Yellow Springs
Okay.
in May that he's gonna do with his band.
Nice.
Um, the firehouse that Dave bought
Okay.
after he bought the city he grew up in.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Um,
Yes, he
yeah,
did. Yes, he did.
I saw Ghostface and Bad Bad Not Good there a couple weeks ago. It was fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice, nice,
and it's
nice.
it's a 180 person club. It's such a dope spot, and
Yeah.
he's had 50 Cent there. He's had Mary J. Blige there in a 180 person spot in the middle of Ohio. It's the coolest.
Oh man, and that's my cup of tea there. You know, not
Yeah.
that I didn't enjoy seeing you guys in mass, you know, and we talked about this on the first couple episodes. You know, it's
Hmm.
to me, I've always been just a small show guy. That's just
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you
yeah,
get
for
more of the
sure.
vibes. You know, you get more of like quote unquote like the true hip hop fans. You know, it's just always great.
Yeah,
So,
that's
but
why
yeah,
that spot's so cool. Is he's I mean, in comics too, like he's got, comics that do huge spots
yeah,
playing this 180 person
yeah.
thing. Like the day after the Ghost and Bad Bad show, I actually did the opening set before Dave Chappelle and Shane Gillis in a 180 person spot. It was
Goodness,
amazing. Yeah.
goodness.
And I'm a big stand-up fan, so it was like super cool.
Oh man, and yeah, well, you know, let me ask real quick, you know, because I've seen some pictures of you and Chappelle.
Mhm.
Is he as cool as he seems? Because he seems just 100% genuine. Like this is me.
No,
I'm gonna do my
he
thing.
really is, man. He's really amazing, and like, that's the thing is like he's created this like kingdom for himself,
Yeah,
but like by all accounts, he's a benevolent king. Like everyone around him is pretty happy.
yeah,
Like it's not something where it's like this weird power thing. Like he
right.
hangs out. He's like super welcoming. You know, yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he's got a special thing going there. With his touring vibe as well, but definitely
Yeah.
in Yellow Springs, just that place is special. Yeah.
Oh man, I can only imagine. I mean, I even before Chappelle's show, Killing Them Softly is still to
Hmm.
this day top three. You know, stand up comedy performances. That and Martin Lawrence, You So Crazy. You know,
Hmm.
I probably watch both of those at least 3 or 4 times a year. All right, so keeping it going out there. Great, like I said, great three. I would definitely say a lot of people give me shit for it, but I think the Gravediggers album
Yeah.
is, how do I word this correctly without like pissing people off? Because I've said this before, but I think production wise, between Prince Paul and the
Hmm.
RZA, fantastic. I actually
Yeah. Yeah.
think, as far as lyrically, it's one of RZA's best work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. Yeah, that's just my opinion on it. I love the hell out of it. I know it came out when like horrorcore and there was like Flatliners and a couple other groups. There was
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
group, there was an artist in Michigan when I lived there named Nodis who was doing that around the same time as ICP
Hmm.
and this, that, and the other. But I think the Gravediggers album is just pure gold. And anytime I'm in like a chat room and I mention it, people are like, "Ah, you're an idiot," but I don't
Was
mess with
that
those guys.
was that 94? That must have been 90
Um,
because it wasn't 95 because it wasn't a part of our discussion, or was it 96?
let's see.
I mean, I can't imagine we did a whole podcast about 1995 and forgot to mention
Right.
90. It's got to be 94. I'm going to
Let
say
me
94.
yeah, let me look it up real quick. I definitely agree with you on the 94 because it was, I want to say it was before Tikal
Yeah.
and everything else. It was something that he was working on, and you know, again, big ups to Prince Paul. phenomenal
Yeah.
producer. I remember I still have it on CD. The Prince of Thieves album is
Oh
just
yeah.
it's a story.
Classic.
You know what I mean?
Classic.
It's a hip
Yep.
hop album that's also a story, which
And
is
Breesley
great.
Bruin, is like he's actually one of those guys that you're starting to hear this about so much, but he's definitely like one of the most underrated rappers ever. I
Yes,
love that guy. Um,
completely
fun
agree.
fact on my radio show every week, so I use like little cough drops between the songs because it's the smoking section.
Uh-huh.
I just use little cough sound effects, and one that I use is the coughing from Defective Trip, Gravediggers.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
yeah,
nice, nice.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd have to say Constant Elevation, Nowhere to Run To, of course, is
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
1-800 Suicide, phenomenal album. Then I agree with you. I think Tikal does not get enough love. And to
yeah.
me, one of my favorite, not like Wu-Tang songs as far as all of them together, but as far as solo songs, I gotta go with What the Blood Clot. Like the
Yeah,
beat
yeah.
is dope. Meth just hits it home. I remember when we were all shut down and Meth and Red did their 420 show.
Hmm.
Like as soon as I turned it on, I was a little bit late. He was doing What the Blood Clot, and I've only seen him
Oh,
like by
sick.
himself live once, and he
Yeah,
did
yeah.
that. And I was just like, man, Meth versus Chef, like the opening song to Cal is amazing, and of course
Yeah, yeah.
I
Every
still love
song.
the original version of You're All I Need. I think that beat
Same.
is super dope.
Yep. Yep. This got me thinking, have I ever seen Meth live solo? I don't think I've ever seen Meth live solo. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was one time. It was at this, and you guys have performed there when you first came out with RTJ1, right outside of Raleigh, like right by Chapel Hill. It's a little spot called the Cat's Cradle,
Of course. I remember the
and
Cats.
yeah,
We played the Cat's Cradle a ton. It's
yeah,
actually, I always say there was like a moment when we were like kind of blowing up in like the RTJ2 era
yeah,
where I just kind of had this realization. I'm like, we're never going to play the Cat's Cradle again. That's
right,
crazy.
right,
That's crazy. We're like, we've passed the Cat's Cradle. That was like
yeah,
for whatever reason,
yeah,
just because because we played it on like all the tours I went on with Mike. Like I think we
sure,
played it with Immortal Technique, and then we
hmm,
played it with Jizza, and we played it with Big Boy, and then we played it with LP, No Run the Jewels,
yeah,
and then we played it with As Run the Jewels. Yeah, so it was like a place that we'd played over and over.
yeah, yeah. And
Um,
you never know. I just saw that Jimmy Eat World's going to play there for their
okay,
like 30-year anniversary. So, if I make it big one day, I'm gonna pay you guys as much money as you want to play,
hell yeah.
any venue I want. So, all right. So we got your three favorite side albums. Do you have, and this can be Wu-Tang songs or just individual songs, like
Hmm.
just top three, Wu-Tang, like this is what I play on repeat as often as
Yeah,
I
yeah.
possibly get.
Shadow boxing is the first thing that comes to mind.
Woo!
Um, it's hard to pick a single. Like I feel like, especially into the 36, I just love every single song kind of the same amount. It's hard to pick like there's not really one. I feel like for a while Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck With was my favorite,
Oh
but I
yeah.
can't really say I love that much more. I mean, they're all. Um, I was always a big fan of Wu Gambino's.
Yes. Nice.
Oh, this is my super sleeper in that category,
Okay.
and this genuinely might be one of my favorite Wu-Tang. Like if I had to put them all in order, is Dirty Dancing,
On the ODB album.
the ODB bonus track. Yep.
Yep. Yep. With Method Man.
Meth's verses are so fire. Uh yeah, it's such a fun song and it's so weird and it's like yeah, it's I love that fucking song.
And what's great about that song too is when you're listening to it, whether on your headphones or in the car, Method Man's verse only comes out of the right speaker.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the same one where Old Dirty is doing the Martin Lawrence stuff where he's like, when we used to go down to the
Yeah, yeah,
creek.
yeah.
So you got
Yeah.
that comedy aspect of it. And then you just, on the right side of your speaker or your headphone, you're hearing Method Man, and Method Man just straight rips it. But,
Yeah.
it kind of takes a back seat because you can only hear it out of, your right speaker. But yeah, 100% agree. I mean, to me,
Yeah.
Return to the 36 Chambers is definitely in my top three. Liquid Swords, I mean, how can it not be?
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's tough because the one thing that surprised me as a Wu-Tang fan was how long it took Inspector Deck to come out with his first
Hmm.
solo album. And I mean, Elevation's great. He's just got a lot of bangers on there, but I do go back and forth between Tikal and of course the Purple Tape. I mean, and I mean you have the
Yeah.
dynamic duo on that, where Method Man is by himself, and he's got some good cameos in there. But again, there's no wrong
Hmm.
answer. I just love
Yeah,
hearing
yeah,
what people's top three is.
yeah.
But Dirty
No, there. I
Dancing,
mean,
man, that is whoo
yeah,
whoo.
that's my shit. That is
Yo,
my shit.
air horns for that all day. That literally that's on my gym playlist, and
Nice.
I love it, love it, love it. Before we wrap up, I know you're busy again. As always, we definitely appreciate you having coming on. I have
Sure.
some comic book covers
Okay.
that are based on hip hop albums.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show you the cover,
Hmm.
and then you got like let's say 10, 15 seconds to tell me what album the cover is based on.
Hmm.
So there's some like softballs in there, but there's some hard ones. But we'll go from there, and I'll try to adjust it. I tried to like mess around with this earlier, but so here is Marvel number one right
Eric
here.
B. and Rakim paid in full.
Ooh, ooh,
I
ooh,
mean,
ooh.
it's also got the text on there.
It does, it does, it
I
does.
was
What was that?
I was just gonna say, I don't want to be overconfident, but I don't know if we're gonna need 15 seconds most
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
of the
yeah. I
time here.
mean, just want to give you some time. And like I said, these
Yeah,
aren't
yeah.
super. Like I feel like you're honestly going to get all these. And then I do have some just straight up comic books that have just run the jewels on them. Just want to see if you've seen them
Nice.
and
Yeah,
what
yeah.
your thoughts are, and go from there. This one is definitely one of my favorites from the Marvel hip hop covers.
Yep. Far Side, Bizarre Ride. That one doesn't even look familiar. I've got a lot of these. I don't know if I have that one.
Yeah, this one you can get it on eBay. I think for like $15 in pretty good
Okay.
condition. I'm not one of those people that like, I got to go send this in and get slabbed. I just like to collect and go from there.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one is definitely one of my favorite 90s albums of all time.
Capone and Noriega. Yep.
And the album?
The Reunion. Or
Mm-mm.
no, War Report.
There we
Jesus.
go. There we go. All right, this one you should get because we literally just covered it.
6 feet deep. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
It's right,
Once I
right
saw this
there.
cover, I was like, I have to have this. I do think 6 Feet Deep does not get the love that it gets. All right, next one. And, a lot of these are Wu Tang.
To Cal. Yep.
Yep. And honestly, I think the Tikal album cover is definitely one of my favorites. Just mysterious. It's just one of those you see it, you're like, even if you're not a fan, you're like, I wonder what the hell's going on here. It was just great. All right. Next album cover.
Miseducation of Lauren Hill.
You're just knocking these out, my friend.
I'm
All
uh
right. Here we
I'm
go.
the wrong kind of nerd to do this with. Black Album, Jay-Z.
Yep. Yep. Definitely one of
I
my
did
favorites. All right. This one.
NWA Straight Outta Compton.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
Yep. That one.
they kind of hand that one over too, straight out of Gotham.
They did. They did. This one's a little tougher.
Nah, come on, Beastie Boys. Check your head.
Album. There you go.
Check your head.
There you go.
I just played I just played Past the Mic like 2 days ago.
Oh my. We're just here, man. They are in my constant rotation. I literally listened to Pass the Mic on the way home today. I think
Nice.
that's honestly one of their best albums, but that's another
Yeah.
conversation for another day. I'm sure you won't get this one here. Good old Wu Tang forever, and then the rest I have left are actually there's two more that well just one more that's not Run the Jewels related coming up next. I know I'm trying to
I
get it
like
without the lead.
reflecting. Yeah. Uh, hmm.
Think about the lean. Think about the lean that Raphael has going on. I know I'm trying to get it to where it's not. There we go.
Yeah.
I think that's a better view of it.
I'm not sure.
All eyes on me.
Ah,
All eyes
yep.
on me. Ninja Turtles, the pizza. So really, all pies on me.
There should,
Uh,
yeah. If there needed to be some text on there.
true, true. That one was
Yeah,
just
that's
just
a
straight
tough
up.
one.
So here's a couple that you
A little
may or may not
abstract.
have. I always try to find Run the Jewels. And, just out of curiosity, are you surprised, like, just how many different comic books have picked up, like, the Run the Jewel symbol?
Yeah, I mean, comic books, all aspects of everything. I mean, it's all surprising. Who could have possibly uh yeah, I mean the people that we've seen throw it up in photos or wrestlers using it as intro songs or
Hmm.
UFC
Hmm.
fighters and baseball players for their at bat music and the crossovers have been outrageous.
Ah, it's just fantastic. So here's a comic book called Feral, going
Hmm.
off the OG symbol here. Very fun comic. It's pretty much about, like, it's like a zombie outbreak, but it's really cats against cats who have rabies. So
Okay.
every single cover they do is either movie based. This is actually the only one I've ever seen do like actual music. So
Okay.
one of my favorites, another one right here, good old Howard the Duck and Rocket
Yep.
Raccoon. This was one of the first ones I found out in the wild.
Hmm.
Doctor Strange and the Punisher. Do you have any of these?
I'm pretty sure I have most of the Run the Jewels ones. I definitely don't have all of them. I don't think I have the black and white Howard the Duck. I've got the
Okay.
color one for sure. Um, it's funny, my comic book stash is in, I know it's in a tub, but I haven't opened that tub in a while, so I kind of
Yeah.
don't remember. It's funny, I bought like backing cards and sleeves to put them all
Yeah.
in. So the tub's sitting there with the backing cards and sleeves packages on top of the tub for like 2 years now. Uh, I
Yeah,
need
so
to
so to my
get that
left,
together.
I literally
Hmm.
have the same thing. These are the only
Yeah.
ones I've actually kind of sleeved because as much as we want to take care of our comics, it is a lot of work. It's
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
very time
Yep.
consuming. This is another one of my favorites, Secret
Definitely have
Wars,
that one. Yep.
Deadpool Secret. Especially, I think this will go up immensely. And I don't collect stuff just for it to go up in value. I just
No, for
love
sure.
collecting stuff like that. But once Secret Wars actually comes out
Yeah.
and makes an appearance and maybe even does one of those in it,
Yeah. Yeah.
who
Yeah.
knows?
Hopefully,
Who
hopefully I got a
knows?
few copies of that one then.
There you go. And then but this Black Panther one is
Yep.
definitely one of my favorites. And then this one's actually relatively new. I just found out about this comic called Ninja Funk, and they got sorry, there we go.
I have not seen those at all.
Yeah, so these I found I think on like Whatnot, and I literally was talking to
Okay.
the guy. I was like, "What all Run the Jewels do you have?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was the same one that actually sent me the Beastie Boys one because that's
Okay.
Ninja Funk too. But this one is actually a Whatnot exclusive with a little Whatnot logo there.
Okay.
And then of
Dope.
course, just I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it, love it, love it, love it. Trackstar, before we wrap up, any shout
Hmm.
outs, want to let people know? I know you've been doing the like the kind of like the hip hop shop flea market
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatnot.
Give up the
Yes,
goods
give
hip
up the
hop swap
goods.
meet. If you're anywhere near St. Louis, definitely hit us up on Instagram. It's Give Up the Goods STL on Instagram. Or you can just email me, or if you go to rapfan.com, you can find all the stuff there. But yeah, if you're anywhere near St. Louis, it's such a dope time. It's just, I mean, as you can see, I keep everything.
Mm.
I've got 2 storage units and a full basement. I'm nuts. And I'm trying to have less stuff and it's going terribly, but it's so much fun to do. Uh, so I do that as often as I can with the touring schedule. It's hard to book stuff. Um, yeah, so that's great. Obviously, the radio show every Friday night on Shade 45. It's called The Smoking Section. I don't know when this is coming out. I'm doing a gig with Funk on the Rooftop and DJ Craze in Kansas
Okay.
City in May. Be some stuff at Bottle Rock Festival end of May, right before tour. And yeah, and then I got a project coming out with my homie Damon Killjoy. That's what this is right here. So it's my kind of my premiere production debut of sorts. So that's exciting. He's one of the best rappers in the world. So it's a really really dope project. Just 7 songs, quick EP. Um, don't have a release date yet, but soon.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Trackstar, as always, thank you for joining us. Hang out with us for a minute. Hopefully we get to
Mhm.
connect in Charlotte.